Good morning and welcome back to the Urban Preparedness Channel. I am your host, the Urban Cockroach. Today I am not here to tell you about awesome survival skills. What I am going to talk to you about is another awesome American-made company that I'm currently mangasming for. Now, I know you probably came here to watch me start fires or build shelters in the woods, but this company tickled me in just the right way. So I'm actually making a video specifically shouting out for them. Forever, mankind has been screwing screws into the wall to hang their weapons. And the first time the house shakes, or if like me, you live too close to an artillery range, a couple of impacts, your weapons fall off the wall, that's not good. You don't have to worry about this in your bunker if your weapons are properly secured with a proper mount, okay? Because a lot of us prepare for when the shit hits the fan. If the shit hits the fan and things start exploding, your weapons are going to fall off the wall. It's going to happen. If they're locked in a safe, you can't access them quickly. So I like to keep my weapons easily accessible for two reasons. One, I can see when they start to get that weird surface orange that you need to wipe away before it becomes a permanent, rusted, damaged piece of weaponry that now takes extensive amounts of repair. If you can see your weapon, you know that your weapon is falling into disrepair and you will clean it more often. And if you're like myself, you have a bunch of weapons lying around the house, sometimes it can become a daunting task to make sure all of them are properly lubricated. If you're mounting it on the wall and it's in plain sight and you can see it all the time, you're going to know when your weapons need to be cleaned, and since I spend a lot of time in my war room, that's where I've placed all of my favorite weapons. I hang them up in the war room, and because I spend a lot of time in here, and when I get bored, I sit here and I gaze at my collection, and I go, oh, beautiful. So if you're like me and you want to display all your weapons on the wall looking absolutely amazing on the inside of your bunker, or maybe the inside of your cabin at your bug-out location, or even in a spare room in your house, I want to recommend Spartan mounts, okay? Spartan mounts, just like every other company that I'm ever going to represent on my channel, is an American-based company that hires American, exists right here in America, sources all of their products right here in America, okay? They don't assemble it in America, but get all their parts from China, okay? Because that doesn't stimulate the American economy, that stimulates Red Chinese, okay? And that's not what we're looking for in a world where our economy is constantly teetering on a horrible multi-trillion-dollar deficit. So, if you would like to know how to get your hands on your very own Spartan mounts, let me take a look at that guy. This little notch right here locks into the mag well, so you actually have to press the mag release to get your weapon off. And if you're curious about the durability of these mounting systems, while I was actually mounting these on the wall, I fell off my ladder. I wish I would have gotten it on camera in a way that I could posted it, but I dropped a whole bunch of F-bombs when I did it, so I had to edit it out. But while I was falling, I grabbed the mount. The mount caught me. I weigh 208 pounds. The mount did not snap. It held my weight. I pulled off of it to get back on the ladder and did not fall and break my neck. So if you're curious about the durability, I don't recommend doing pull-ups on it, but it did save me when I fell off my ladder. So, that's about as close to a torture test as we're going to do, because I don't want to break these, because they're beautiful products. Alright. The price range for them is only about $21 for most mounts. The most expensive mount I actually found on their website was $21.99. All the rest of them were like $17.99, $20, stuff like that. So they're actually really cheap, given the amount of money that most of us dump into our weapons themselves. $20 for a mount is a pretty good deal. Now, you can find them at their actual website, which I'm going to post in the description down below. And if you don't feel like going to their actual website, you can also order their products third-party through Amazon. Now, if you're going to go on Amazon, be careful. Make sure your product has their logo stamped right here on the bottom. Okay, that's the Spartan Mags company logo. If yours doesn't have that on the bottom, you have accidentally purchased one of the Chinese knockoff competitors that Spartan Mounts has to deal with on a daily basis. Why? Because the Chinese love riding the curtails of great American companies, okay? Because they know that capitalism works, they just don't want their people to benefit from it. That being said, we're going to go take a closer look at these mounts. Yeah, this is the 1911 mount, the one that held my body weight. Okay, it's not super thick, it's not super huge. You'll see their logo stamped right there on the bottom. Goes right into the mag well. Okay, here's my AR. Again, you can't pull that thing off the wall unless you depress that mag release, and then it'll slide up. And then you hear that click, that's the mag well locking back in. They also make mag holders. Here's my 1911 holder right here. It holds 3 1911 magazines. It's also made by Spartan Mounts. And they hold really snugly in there. They're not going anywhere. The only one that I was a little brokenhearted about is the fact that their AR-15 magazine mounts is specifically designed for Magpul magazines. I have an absolute metric ton of these mil-spec magazines laying around my house. And I only have 2 PMags. So that's going to sit empty for a little while until I reach out and buy some more PMags so that I can fill up that holster right there, because it just looks underused without a whole bunch of magazines in it. I'd like to stick a full combat load in there, and honestly I should have bought some more PMags anyway. But the mounts are absolutely amazing. They're super cheap. And while that absolutely was not a little survival video, it was something I wanted to tell all of you guys about. Because they're beautiful products, they're relatively cheap, they're right here in the good US of A, and it supports that red-blooded American economy. So, if you check out their website, make sure you let them know that the Urban Cockroach sent you their way. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit thumbs up. I don't expect to get a whole bunch of subscriptions off of this video until right this second, because here's the catch. When we hit 500 subscribers, we're about a third of the way there, so it's not that far. When we hit 500 subscribers, one of you lucky survivors is going to get your very own AR-15 mount by Spartan Mounts. Free. I'm going to pay for the shipping. I'm going to ship it straight to you. They provided the extra one just so I could give it away on this channel. So, when we hit 500 subscribers, I'm going to give away 1 free AR-15 Spartan mount. The other thing that's awesome about Spartan mounts that I didn't bring up, that I'm going to bring up now, it comes with all the required mounting hardware to mount it on the wall. So you don't have to go to Lowe's and pick up screws after you bought your mount. It comes with the screws, the drywall expanders. It's a beautiful thing. The only thing it doesn't come with is a screwdriver, but I hope you have one of those because you're probably a prepper, and most preppers have tools. Alright, that's about all I had to talk about this morning. I just wanted to squeeze this in between my coffee breaks. I have a whole lot of other projects I'm working on right now, so the Urban Cockroach is going to scurry on out of here, but I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit the thumbs up. If you hated it, thumbs down. Either way, hit subscribe, and drop your feelings in the comments below.